Imagine juggling a degree, leadership roles, and a high-demand photography brand. Today's guest does it all effortlessly. Hi, Francis.
Hi, Fatima.
How do you juggle academics with photography?
For me, time management and discipline.
How do you stay motivated in the midst of challenges in a place like Lagos?
I pray a lot. I work with everybody. I collaborate a lot.
Tell us, what are some of the lessons you've learned so far?
You can't actually do anything without God.
How can young creatives leverage meaningful connections to grow their brand?
To me, you offer value, your target, be visible to them, because the thing is, you can't score if you don't play. Make sure that your work is seen, and sometimes the right person just need one piece of what you've probably created or what you can do for them to connect and get involved and do business with you.
Your camera, if it could talk, what's the funniest complaint it would make about you?
Campus Hustlers with Fatima, Zakariyya.
Imagine juggling a degree, leadership roles, and a high-demand photography brand. Today's guest does it all effortlessly. Hi, welcome to yet another interesting episode of Campus Hustlers, your weekly dose of entrepreneurial spirit unfiltered. I'm your host, Fatima Zakariyya. I am an entrepreneur, a corporate event anchor, a voiceover artist, and of course, I am a podcaster. Joining me on today's episode of Campus Hustlers is Francis Ayomide Afolabi, a 400-level building student at the University of Lagos and a freelance portrait and event photographer. He's someone who has learned to balance academics, creativity, leadership, and service, an approach that defines his campus hustler journey. He began photography casually on campus, taking pictures for friends, but his passion quickly grew into a full-fledged brand. Today, Francis works with student professionals, fashion labels, skincare brands, and Lagos-based businesses such as Carry Cards, creating clean, high-end images with a reputation for fast delivery. His portfolio spans portraits, events, and brand campaigns, each project contributing to his artistic and professional growth. On campus, Francis has served as a course representative for 4 years, led multiple group projects, and participated actively in communities such as the Nigerian Institute of Builders, Lagos State Chapter, Junior Chambers International UNILAC Chapter, and LinkedIn Local Nigeria. These experiences have strengthened his leadership, teamwork, and communication skills. Beyond academics and photography, Francis is committed to service and personal wellness. He's a choir member in his church, using his voice as a tool for worship and outreach. He is also part of a run club, reflecting his belief that staying active builds discipline, mental strength, and overall well-being. In all, Francis' story is one of consistency, self-improvement, and choosing growth in challenging environments. He embodies what it means to be a campus hustler, showing up, creating value, and building something meaningful while still thriving as a student. Hi, Francis. It's good to have you on the podcast.
Hi, Fatima. It's good to be here. Thank you very much for the long introduction. Thank you very much. I'm glad to be on the podcast today.
And I'm so happy to have you as well. All right, so without wasting much time, I think we should just dive in straight. Okay, so Francis, let's start this way. Can you take us back to the moment you realized photography was more than just a casual hobby for you?
Growing up, my dad owned a camera, so it was expensive, yeah. So usually hide it whenever he's not at home. Some days, yeah, when he's not around, we just go because I live in the house, so I know where he keeps them. So we sneak it, take some pictures, my siblings and I. Then we delete it back because we don't want my dad to know. I entered the university and I gained more exposure. Actually, it's exposure that actually made me know that it's more than an hobby.
All right, interesting, Francis, interesting. Okay, so now tell me, how do you manage being a 400-level building student while running a photography business? How do you do that? How do you juggle academics with photography?
For me, it comes down to time management and discipline. So being a full-time student can be a lot, can be demanding. Classes and labs and practicals are involved in my department. So, and also being a photographer is also demanding because you have to plan the shoot, you have to go for the shoot and actually do the shoot, and you still have to create time to edit that post-production and make sure that everything goes aligned and deliver within the timeline for the client. And this sometimes means that I have to push structure so that I know that these days are for classes and lectures and for assignments. This time is for assignment, this time is for reading. so that my academics doesn't suffer. And also I have to also plan that, oh, this time is for editing, this time is for talking to clients. This is the only window frame I have to do shoots for clients. So I can't do shoots outside this window frame, so that my clients don't also feel neglected that I'm not doing their job. So sometimes it means that I have to wake up earlier than usual, and I also have to like probably stay up late in the night editing and making sure that everything is aligned, or probably even just reading because I know the next day I won't get a time or chance to read. So what I try to do now is that I make sure that at least every day that goes by, an hour or two, I read something that has to do with my academics. So it's also like balances it all out. So the thing is just that since I love photography, I just try to find time to do that also, and also to learn and level up on my skills, because like I said, I just entered the game about a few years back. So I still have a lot more. I've learned a lot, but I still have a lot more that I could still do in the industry.
Awesome, Francis. Okay, so now, Francis, let me ask you, do you base in Lagos?
Yes, I was born and bred in the heart of Lagos, and I still currently stay in Lagos. I school in Lagos, and I also work in Lagos.
Okay, so now, Francis, Lagos can be a tough environment. How do you stay motivated in the midst of challenges in a place like Lagos?
Honestly, I pray a lot. Creativity, photography is not just about the science, it's about the emotion, the feeling that the clients get, the experience that they get from the work. So it's not just about getting the perfect picture, it's about conveying the perfect emotion. Like whenever they see the photographs and be like, oh, I've been in rooms where someone recommended me based off what they've seen me do. And I've probably not even worked with the person before, but they said no, that this is the person they want. It boils down to prayer. And also for the competition aspect, it's not like I'm bragging here, but I actually do not see competition. Competition is fine, but to me, I don't usually give huge value or huge attention to competition. What I focus more about is my own personal growth. Yeah, have I developed more than where I was? Am I better than last year? That's the competition for me. So mostly you'd even see me working with other guys in the industry. Like I would work with my peers, those are my level, even those above me, even those below me. I work with everybody. I collaborate a lot. If you go through my page, you'll see some of my collaboration work that I've done there, because I don't really see competition. We are pushing ourselves because I encourage them, they encourage me. That's the way I look at it. And for the stress of Lagos, yes, Lagos can actually be very stressful and all. So what just keeps me going is just my dream. I have a goal and I have a set of achievements for myself and for my brand and even for my academics. So these are the reasons why even when it gets tough, yeah, because it's not easy actually, I'm not gonna lie. But when it gets tough, I just remind myself, why am I doing this? Is it worth it? And at the end of the day, that kind of like answers the question. So prayer and knowing my reason, actually, my why am I doing this? That's actually been what has brought me so far.
Awesome. Someone said collaboration is the new competition.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let me ask you, Francis, where do you see your brand in the next few years after you finish school, after you graduated? What do you see yourself? Do you want to work with your degree? Would you love to become a full-time photographer? Or you want to join both?
For now, yeah, I think I have the strength to do both. But like you said, I have vision for both photography. I have my vision for being a builder. So they can both work in hand. But when I graduate, I would be able to answer that question better. But currently, I feel confident that in the next few years, my brand as a photography brand would actually develop beyond photography into full production, media production, where would handle all your media need, from photography to videography to content creation to even having warehouses for what's it called, for movie productions or even music video productions. Like we can even create commercial brand spaces and or like the dream is actually very big. And for building, I have a dream of actually having my own firm where I would have other stakeholders in the construction industry, like the likes of your architects, your engineers, your surveyors, and even your estate managers and even your quantity surveyors working together to achieve the goal of a client. So for now, I'll just do the best I can to see how far I can go in doing both and achieving both together.
Beautiful, and I wish you all the very best. I hope that you become the most sought after builder and photographer.
Thank you very much.
All right, Francis, tell us, what are some of the lessons you've learned so far?
You can't actually do anything without God. The God factor, yeah, is huge. It's just God that just makes sure that I stay on track, because when you need me, I don't have clients complaining that I didn't deliver their work, that they paid me, I didn't show up for their events. And at the same time, you don't see me stabbing classes. If they're having classes and they are submitting assignments, doing projects, I'm actively involved. I know it's not just by my strength. God has been helping me so far, and also consistency, because it's easy to show up today and not show up tomorrow, but it's not easy to show up every day, every single day. Like the biggest lesson I've learned.
Awesome. Okay, so now, any success stories so far, or success stories that you love to share with us?
Well, it's small, but currently I've been working towards my brand, pushing it more towards the corporate sector, serving the corporate company's needs. And one of my first clients has to be the Nigerian Institute of Builders, Lagos State chapter, and I was commissioned to undo the media for their new executives, their friends and everything. And this is just like an open opportunity to actually do more for the corporate world. So that's just one win I would love to celebrate and share, and I am grateful for the opportunity.
And it's a big one. Congratulations, Francis. All right, quickly before we dive into the second segment of the podcast, Francis, there are people who have been listening to you and they can't wait to connect with you. So tell us, where can listeners find you in case they want to connect with you?
Currently, available on Instagram, midday_lights_photography,
Okay.
on LinkedIn. It's just my name, Francis Ayomide Afolabi. Those are the two major platforms that I operate on currently.
All right, listeners, we are about to dive into the second segment of the podcast, and this segment is what I call the house segment.
Campus Hustlers with Fatima Zakariyya.
Now, we're about to learn something specific from Francis. Welcome to the house segment once again. All right, so beyond creativity and hard work, the real game changer for many young talent is who they connect with and how they nurture those relationships. So now, Francis, tell us, how can young creatives leverage meaningful connections to grow their brand?
To me, connection actually comes from you being in the right room. That means you probably volunteer, you collaborate, you attend events, you offer value. Basically, just be visible to people that need your service or your skill or your knowledge. So people that need you, your target, be visible to them, because the thing is, you can't score if you don't play. Make sure that your work is seen, and sometimes the right person just need one piece of what you've probably created or what you can do for them to like connect and get involved and do business with you. So that's just it. That's the honest truth for me. Being active and making sure that you're putting yourself out there and you're visible to those that need you. That's it.
Thank you so much for making that so short and it still pass the message. There's something I pick is when you said be visible to those who need you. This is very, very important, and I hope this helps somebody, if not everybody. Okay, so Francis, tell us, do you have any advice or tips you love to share with campus hustlers, student entrepreneurs, and all?
Through God. That's the major advice I can give anybody, because balancing academics and your hustle is not easy at all. Don't let them sugarcoat it. Yeah. It's cool to be a photographer and also be a student, but in the reality of things, it's actually a struggle, a huge struggle actually. So you need grace to actually be able to make a huge difference, and also to be able to stay consistent. So for you to stay curious, because you have to be curious to learn in school. You have to be curious to also grow in your hustle. Stay humble enough to learn, and also every big brand you admire started just small. So don't stop showing up. Be consistent. Pray. Oh my God. Please pray. So with those three, I think you would be good with any also you choose to be.
Thank you so much, Francis. It has really been an amazing time with you. Thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
Thank you very much for having me, Fatima.
Francis, but before you go, there is one more question I have for you.
All right. What's that, please?
Are you ready?
Okay. I think I am. Yeah, I'm ready.
Your camera, if it could talk, what's the funniest complaint it would make about you? Be sincere. Be sincere.
It will just complain because I've abused it a lot. Abused my camera a lot, because I've had situations where I've used it under harsh sunny weather. I've had situations where I've used it when it's raining. I've had situations where I've used it inside an hot room. or sometimes even a very cold room, I've dropped it on the floor. Like a lot of things have happened to the camera. It will just be like, I'm a bad person. You probably say I'm a bad person. It will just tell me that I handle it too much.
Oh my god, this is not so nice. I hope you do something about it. So your camera don't say this. What if it could actually talk and say this to you? Please
That's
do
why.
something about it.
Yeah. I'm gonna be gentle. I'm gonna be gentle.
Okay, so like I said, thank you so much for coming on my podcast. It has really been an amazing time with you. Thank you so much. And I wish you all the very best in your endeavor, Francis.
Thank you very much, and I wish you success with your podcast, Campus Hustlers. I wish in the recent years to come, it will be one of the biggest podcasts here in Africa and even the world.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Francis. All right, hustlers, that's all we have for you today. I hope this episode ignites your entrepreneurial fire. Rate and review this podcast using the hashtag Campus Hustlers on all social media platforms. If you're yet to subscribe, hit the subscribe button now. Until next week, stay hungry, stay focused, and keep hustling. Bye-bye.
Campus Hustlers with Fatima Zakariyya.